I like it. Good evening, everybody.
Excited.
Everybody.
You're in kind of. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to New Music Mondays.
Mondays.
On a
Hello,
Monday,
Martin.
halfway through September. Halfway through September already. How ridiculous.
I can't believe it. And as you can
Good
see, I'm
evening.
not at home.
No,
I'm not
good
at
evening,
home.
South Africa.
Not in
Where are you,
studio.
Julian?
I'm at the Johannesburg Theatre. We have just been filming the Jazz on the Lake, although it's not on the lake because of COVID. So we're doing a virtual Jazz on the Lake from the Johannesburg Theatre for the Arts Alive Festival, which began this week in South Africa, which is an incredible festival which celebrates music and art in South Africa from now until December. And
Wow.
the first big live event is what we call Jazz on the Lake, which is a famous South African event that takes place every year. And we are obviously doing this virtually this year, and we've just finished shooting. A 2-day shoot to get everything ready for this Sunday's broadcast. So yeah, it's been I've been on my feet now for 3 days. I'm not quite sure whether I'm coming or going, to be perfectly honest.
So you're
but
totally
it's
ready
great to be
for
here.
a bit of relaxing, laid back, New Music Mondays, vibey chat.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing is? About half an hour ago, I felt like I was falling asleep in the last piece, and I was like going, okay, I've got to keep my eyes open. And then the moment this show starts, I'm alive again. The show does that to me. Yeah,
You look
I
like
love it.
you look like you've got an amazing outfit on, by the way. What's going on under there?
I'm being all colourful, and I'm representing my beautiful country that I live in. But I don't think I look as good as PJ does tonight. So.
Well,
never do. Never do.
Represented. It sounds a bit. We've just finished the last night of the prom, or the last night. We've just finished the proms in the UK. It was the last night of the proms was on Saturday. It sounds like this is like the South African version of that. Something that extends over weeks of music events.
Pretty much.
What a
Absolutely.
fantastic thing.
Oh, we've got some incredible events. There's a tribute to the history of Kwaito, which is one of South Africa's most famous musical sounds. Obviously the jazz, there are poets, there is beatboxing competitions. It's an incredible festival. You can go and check it out on artsalive.co.za for those that wanting to. Discover TV will actually be at a lot of these events covering them. So we're quite excited about that. Celebrating music in Johannesburg and what Johannesburg is all about.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's a great one. I'm really, really excited, and just to be part of South Africa. I think at this time for me and the music that's happening in this country is so exciting. And one of the great collaborations that we're talking about tonight is testimony to the future, the past, and everything that is South Africa and music coming together, which for me is so powerful. And that's why I'm really excited about tonight's show. I really am.
Fantastic.
And I know that we've also got an incredible performance coming up. We're chatting about an incredible album that's just dropped.
Feature artist later on. But you did it. You did a brilliant link introduction there to our first artist, as you said.
Oh, did I do that well?
Yeah, I think you did that very well. Yeah, this is representative of what this show is all about. Well done.
Should we get them on? Should we get them on?
I think we should. Otherwise, we could ramble on incessantly.
Like we always do.
Waiting for about half an hour now.
Wow.
These guys were prompt. Let me tell you.
Unlike me, I arrived 3 minutes ago.
You did very good. You're kind of in sepia tonight, which is quite nice. I'm quite.
I know. I kind of like the look. I got going.
It's not bad. We just did a little kind of crackly film footage, and it looked like you were broadcasting from the 1940s.
Well, I kind of feel like I'm in a 1940s situation, to be perfectly honest. You can see everything behind me is it's very industrial. I've even got a what's this thing called?
A forklift truck?
A forklift behind me. So yeah, should we get some? Let's get some guests on. Here we go.
Let's get them on.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Hello.
Welcome to New Music Mondays. Although I think, have we not had PJ on? Have you PJ been on before? Have you not?
PJ was on Where Are They Now with Cindy.
That's where I've seen you. See, that just proves I pay attention.
And U's been on. Jason's been on. So yeah, welcome, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
So excited to have you guys on the show, because this is a collaboration that I think took everybody by surprise, and everybody is just so excited of what's come out of this. Let's just quickly give a bit of a background. So maybe just so people can understand, PJ, we like to call the voice of South Africa. Okay. She has been in so many ways, and I remember it was 1985, Concert in the Park. I was just left off stage. I was a bright-eyed 16, 17-year-old kid, and this incredible woman came on stage, and just blew 100,000 people away. I think that's the easiest way to put it. 100,000 people in the stadium.
Kind, Julian.
No, PJ, it changed my life forever, because ever since the concert in the park, I decided I want to be in the music industry. And that day changed my life. And look it up. Yeah, we are. How many years later? I don't even want to know.
Exactly.
I don't even want to know. So, yeah, it's an incredibly powerful moment. Yeah. And now next to you is one of the most talented drummers, singers, songwriters, producers. This young man even makes his own coffee and wine. I mean,
well,
this
I make
is
my
like
own coffee, but I'm assuming you don't mean you just go with the kettle.
No. So I kind of call him a shopping mall in one. He's a shopping mall in one. Welcome, Jason.
How's it? All in one.
All in one. Not only that, he melted our studio walls on Friday.
Wow.
Let's put it that way.
Cool.
Our entire studio melted from the sound of that drum kit, and what an incredible day. So welcome, guys. Uth featuring PJ Powers. We're so excited to have you guys on the show. This is a collaboration the world is needing right now. Tell us all about it.
PJ, do you want to go for it? Seems as you look the best out of all four of us.
I see that my camera is different from all of yours. You want me to turn it around?
Turn it sideways.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Basically, I got a call from my guitarist, Tigger, saying to me, listen, Jason from Uth, and he gave me the history of Fogolf Polisica and Francois Coke and all of those, Jason comes with a hell of a good pedigree, I must be honest. And so I said to him, yes, I'll get back to him. I'll tell him to whatever. And it just, the months went by, and Jason's one of those people that doesn't go away, I've realized. He just keeps on pushing, which is fabulous. And he, eventually I said, yes, give him my number. And I got the number. I listened to the stuff. I went, wow, it was very different. But, I grew up on, if you think of Alistair and you think of the early Hotline stuff, It was extremely in-your-face rock stuff. So it's not just, I am essentially a rock singer. And so I listened to the stuff and I said, yeah, why not? And Jason said, come to the studio, let's write the song, let's record it. And, I'm a firm believer in that when things happen easily and when things flow, I am incredibly, it sounds all airy-fairy, but in touch with the universe. And when things absolutely flow and they're green lights all the way, then something is right. And we went into the studio, we finished the song in a day. We did the video in the shortest time I've ever done a video. And it's a great video. And it's because the pre-production and because Jason is organized. He's an incredibly organized person. So organized, I'd like to announce that he is now handling my management, and Uth Music will be handling me as an artist.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, guys.
Congratulations to everybody. Well done.
But he is extremely organized.
Well, I mean, you put PJ Powers and Jason together, you're going to get a good combination. There's no doubt about it.
I hope so. I'm looking for a great thing.
We have like 1 million shows that I got no idea who booked so many shows.
Well, I saw you just announced your tour lineup as well in terms of the collaboration. Tell us a little bit about the tour.
You go.
Yeah, so I basically just said to PJ that I think people need to see something different. And, if you take a young rock and roll oud band and then you take a iconic SA singer, put them together and let them sing each other's songs for 2 hours long, could be something cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, is the plan to also include Hotline tracks into this, PJ?
Yeah, I mean, Jason's done some fantastic stuff, and the band, it will be a really fresh approach. Doing, it's quite simple. It taught me something. Jason is a master on the drums, and they're going to be really sort of, pardon the word, but beefed up. They really are going to be beefed up older tracks. Also, some of the brand new stuff that nobody has heard. And then, of course, the tour is called It's Quite Simple because it's primarily to promote this track, which is doing extremely well and has been extremely well been received.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been hearing it a lot on radio in South Africa now.
Yeah.
And I think, Martin, you'll be playing this quite a bit in the UK after you hear it as well. No doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Best on
Come on, Martin. Come on, Martin.
Did that sound overly non-committal there?
I was like,
almost certainly. I mean, but almost every week it's like Julian's always bringing stuff to me, and I go, "No, that's going on my playlist." So it would be exceptional if it didn't. Let's put it this way. I'm expecting exceptional. So come on,
absolutely,
bring it.
I mean, I think that's one thing we love about the show is the fact that we are introducing both countries to new music all the time. So the UK audience are being introduced to great South African artists and vice versa. So I think that's one of the reasons we do this show.
Yeah, and as I said when I was introducing you, I thought I feel like we'd already spoken, PJ, and it's like, no, that's just because of Discover TV and Where Are They Now with Cindy Alter and all that kind of stuff that I'm now being introduced to. So that feels at least if it's only me, and I'm sure it's not just me, that there's something great that's being created through this whole sort of
I do
scenario.
believe there's a nice little seed growing here.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
So guys, let's check out the video. We can come back and just chat about the track afterwards. Martin, it's
Cool.
all over to you.
I was going to say this is where I have to prove my mettle, because I don't normally. Julian normally does all this stuff, so fingers crossed, everyone.
I've been finding it hard to tell you. I've been wondering if you're still scared. It's been a long and windy road without you. And now I try just a little harder than I ever did before. It takes a while to finally do your best.
It's quite simple. It's just simply rock and roll. It's the way we like it. If that doesn't get your feet tapping, I don't know what will.
Some pretty classic riffs, some pretty classic hooves, some amazing vocals in there, by the way. How high is that? That's like up there somewhere. Oh, it's off the top of this. It's off the top of the screen as well.
Yeah.
Crazy high.
I actually surprised myself.
Yeah.
I mean,
PJ, your voice is sounding as good as ever.
It's classic rock, isn't it? Really, is that okay to say? It's a classic rock track.
Yeah. I don't know how Jason feels, but I just think that classic rock has been getting a sort of, well, the time for classic rock is over, and the time for classic rock will never be over, because rock and roll is liquid energy. I've always said
absolutely.
that's what it is. It's liquid energy, and you just can't shut it down. As Julian was saying, you can do a tribute to Kwaito because it's an era of music that moves on, and then you move on to other things. Rock's been around since Chuck Berry, so it's not going anywhere.
You tell them, PJ.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Going back.
No, rock will be rock until we die.
Yeah.
Well, Julian, you had a pretty crazy rock band in your studio on Friday.
Did I? Yo.
Probably
But
the
you know what?
loudest
I
one
mean,
you've ever had there.
yeah, that would be the loudest band I've ever experienced in our studio yet. But you know what? It shows the energy of what rock still is today. I mean, you can bring all this hip hop and the trap and all the other things that are coming, but rock and roll is, like you say, rock and roll is here to stay, and it never ever goes away. I mean, and the fact that bands like the Stones and everything have been going for so many years, and PJ, the fact that you've been making music for how many years now, and it gets better and better,
And you know what I love
and your
about
voice
rock?
gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I am singing better now than I ever have, and I don't say that in any kind of boastful way. I mean that from a point of view where I am extremely grateful that I have this voice that has got stronger and stronger, and my range is bigger. Look, I've got more mature, and I look after myself and my voice a little more than I do, let's say. But yeah, I just do believe that one thing I love about rock is it's, and this kind of music is it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's all in.
Yeah.
And there's no going back. You make a mistake, you make a big, nice, loud one.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely ready for those.
100%. I like, if you're gonna make a mistake, make a loud
Very
one.
good. Make a mistake.
I want to put that on a T-shirt, PJ. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we should, Jason. We should put that on. Yeah.
Yes,
So
definitely.
guys, when does the Keep It Simple tour begin?
I think it's in 2 weeks' time. We are starting on the 29th of September this month.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
And where give us some dates. Give us some
Where are
dates.
we? 29th of September. We're at the Barnyard in Cape Town and Durbanville,
Cool.
and then on the 30th, which is one of my favorite venues, we're at Cafe Rue. And thank you,
Nice.
Mr. President. He upped the game. He upped our game in terms of the amount of people we can. But I just want to stress that this tour is going to be as safe as it possibly can. I think both Jason and Uth and myself, we are all extremely aware that COVID is still a part of our lives, and that will be taken into consideration. So as the tickets go on sale, I would urge people to take them, because I know that there was a show that did not so long ago, we sold out in 36 minutes. Because,
Wow.
and I mean, it wasn't exactly Royal Albert Hall, but the amount of tickets that were allowed were sold out in 36 minutes. So
Well, that's brilliant.
I think people should be cognizant, keep that in mind, that however many tickets there are, they are always limited because of the situation we're working in.
Yeah. Absolutely, and everybody must just be, just get vaccinated. I think is important. We need to keep building, and that's the one thing I'm encouraging everybody to do. And let's not have a fourth wave. Let's make sure we get as many people vaccinated so that we can get our country open again, and we can get concerts going again, and these tours can flourish. Festivals, we're all missing this. We're all missing this. So yeah, let's make it happen. And in terms of the partnership, as I like to call this, is there an album coming, or is there a plan for an album?
PJ's got some new things coming out. I'm not all written out. I got a new collab coming out next month. So I'm not done yet, but PJ's definitely got she's got way more cooler stuff and way more stuff coming out.
So we're getting a PJ album soon.
You are getting a PJ album. You'll have a new PJ single. When, Jason? Are we talking November?
Fantastic.
Definitely a new single by November and a new album in probably the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Awesome. Well, PJ, we'd love to have you come perform in our studio.
Julian.
Let's ask my manager.
Julian, have you by any chance read PJ's book?
No, I haven't.
Did you even know that she had a book?
No, I did not know that PJ had a book.
Wow.
I've read Cindy's book, but I have not read PJ's book. We have to get our hands on this.
This book is on the same level as reading like the Slash documentary.
Oh,
At least
wow.
the first few pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the book called, PJ?
The book is called Here I Am. It is available on Take a Lot. And it's a book.
Awesome.
I decided, it took me, I think it's 26 days for me to press send to the printers, because one thing I decided was that if I was going to write a book, it wasn't just going to be about me, it was going to be about me in South Africa. So in other words, it's my place in South Africa as a white woman in South Africa. How is it that in 1982, 83, when apartheid was absent, the country was burning, that black people embraced me? So that's very, very much part of the book. But I'm a recovering addict, and the book starts in a fairly hectic way. I mean, if we can get through the first 2 chapters, then it's plain sailing. But it's not controversial. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to write a book where when people had finished it, they could find a little bit of themselves on a page. And most importantly, what I wanted to do was to be completely honest. And that's why it took so long for me to press send, because I thought, if you're going to write something, then you've got to tell it all.
Absolutely.
Otherwise it becomes puny. So it's out there for people to see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's great. It can be very easy to sort of want to sort of censor yourself, can it? It's great to have the kind of the bravery, I suppose, to go, no, I'm giving it all out.
Yeah, it was extremely. I must be honest, Martin, on that level. It was very, very, very scary to just go. And on the 18th of July, I remember, and it was on Medipa's birthday, and I just thought, that's a good day for courage. And I just pressed send to Random House Penguin, and then there was no going back.
Brilliant stuff. Tell us the name of the book again, so we can check it out.
That's incredible.
The name of the book is Here I Am.
Right. Fantastic. So we'll check that out. Are we losing you, Julian? Are you all right?
No, I'm here. Mark's just got to pull the van out of the thing. We can't get out of. We're locked into the theatre.
I see.
Oh my God, that's not what
I was wondering. I thought you were either that or you were getting moved along because people thought you were kind of. What are you doing here? Just come on.
As you can see, Mark is opening. There we go.
This is
so we're not going to get locked in the theatre.
I love this. On New Music Mondays, this is now literally a behind-the-scenes look at the music scene in South Africa.
Yeah, in a way.
That's a new template.
The theatre stage in South Africa, definitely.
Behind the scenes.
Come on, Jason, do a drum roll for us. Except I don't think you're sitting behind your kid.
I don't even have any drums in this room.
Oh, okay.
I'm all out.
So whilst Julian's moving about, what's the plans for Uth, Jason?
Well, at the moment we're just doing another collab, and then I think it's time to just chill for a little bit. Oh yeah, and we're shooting a new live DVD next month.
Fantastic. So
but other than that,
that's
version
cool.
of chilling out.
yeah, well, yeah. At the moment, there's just a million things going on, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Fantastic. I look forward to it. I'm gonna make sure that you. I know that Julian will be on you all the time. So make
That's
sure
it.
I know that,
that you keep us up to
Julian,
Always,
date.
I've never
always.
heard.
And are you,
There's a
are you
minimum
guys
of
going to be
10
able
calls a
to?
day.
Yeah,
And
There's a minimum of 10 calls a
10
day.
calls a day. Absolutely.
Sorry.
And make
Yeah.
sure
Oh, yeah.
and as
Absolutely.
speak to, as PJ, as you said, Julian, you need to speak to management about getting a show on the in the Discover TV studios.
I'm trying to close the door. Okay.
I was trying to-
There we go. I'm just climbing in the car because it's a bit chaotic right here.
We have three gold
There we go.
hearts from the guys from Golden Bloom, who I know quite well in the UK. So I'm just going to say hello to them, and I'm going to assume that the three gold hearts are in reference to your fantastic track. So
Hello, Golden Bloom.
they're a great young band in the UK doing sort of rock punk stuff. And they've got new music coming out soon, so I know I got a message. I haven't responded to you. I got a message from them earlier on today, I think. So we'll get them on the show very soon. I hope.
So are they on the show today?
Not today, but we'll get them on very
No,
soon. I
no.
know
Today we've got
no
we've
music
got
out.
Roxanne de Bastion today. We're looking forward to that. Oh, we lost PJ.
Oh, that's a shame.
Ah, okay. We lost PJ.
Just-
Alrighty.
just
I think
Okay,
PJ's
guys.
moved along.
I know there she is. There she is.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
there we go.
was
Yeah.
trying to be all friendly and send a message to Golden Bloom.
Oh, I see. I thought we were thinking if Golden Bloom aren't coming on, then I'm out of here. If you're not coming on, that's it. It's been absolutely
Right.
fantastic to have you on. Oh, he's on the move, like they're driving around now. This is incredible.
We're driving around. This is Discover TV on the move.
Never mind.
Mark's driving us. There's Mark.
Julian, I need to tell you something. That this
Yes,
is
yeah.
not, I think you should change the name. It never mind
To?
New Music Monday. This is Julian Karaoke.
Julian
Can't
karaoke.
Yeah, that's
karaoke.
Go on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's hilarious.
Great idea.
Great idea. I'm not going to start singing now, guys. It's not going to happen.
Come on, man. Come on.
No, Julian, your guest sings, not you.
There we go. There we go. Okay, sing for us, PJ.
No, your guest in the car. That's
Yeah, Mark's good. Mark's good.
Hello.
Mark's driving. Mark's driving. He can't be singing right now.
Hello, Marky.
Well, this is the maddest
PJ.
show we've had for quite a while. But I love it.
Yes,
I love
it is.
it. It's fantastic. It's
Yes, it
fantastic. So, guys, good luck with the single. Good luck with the tour.
Awesome, man.
Look forward to hearing the new album coming out soon, PJ. Look forward to the live show DVD from Uth to come
From Uth.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add, please?
Of course.
If you go onto my page on PJ Powers /Tandeka or the Uth page, but all the tour dates will be up there. There is no excuse for you not being able to get a ticket. And if Muhammad won't come to the mountain, is that right? Well, the mountain is coming to Muhammad. So we're bringing this incredible collaboration to you. Come out and support us. Thank you. Mwah.
There we go.
Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
Awesome to have you on the show. Chat soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Yes.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
And there you have it.
Tremendous. What a
While I'm on the road.
collaboration. Like I said,
Yeah, great collaboration.
That's amazing. Love those collaborations.
Absolutely.
What a
So yes, do excuse me while we're driving. We're driving home.
It's definitely creating a different vibe for the whole thing, as we can tell as you drive over the rumble
A
strips.
different way of doing the show. Mark is driving me along the highway.
Show must go on.
I mean, we're definitely
Yeah.
extending. We're proving the limits of what's possible on live stream music shows. I think here.
Absolutely. The fact that we can do a show from here is, let's do this. Well, we have done some shows from strange places in the past, Martin. I'm pretty sure we have.
Well, I think you've definitely done them from more strange places than I have recently, but yeah,
This is true.
It's quite impressive. I'm not sure we've actually done one from a moving vehicle before, though. So.
No, because normally I'd be driving, so no, I don't think I've done one from a moving vehicle before, have I, Mark? No, this is a first.
Yeah, it's a little bit. We've definitely done some. We've definitely done some outside broadcasts with you. I'm going to have to up my game. Clearly, I mean the best I've got is from home at the moment, but you know.
Yeah, this is an outside broadcast, isn't it? It's exactly what I'm doing.
It's definitely an outside broadcast.
Yeah. Well, I see our next guest has joined us.
Yeah. We're ready to go. As usual, Roxanne, you're part of an experiment. So welcome along. Let's get her on.
Let's do this. Here we go.
On the show.
Good evening, Roxanne.
Roxanne Sebastian. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you, Roxanne?
I'm fine. I'm a bit excited.
So what have I joined? Is what
a little bit.
This is what I expected. So every time Julian's got to kind of throw a curveball. So just today. Where have you? Tell Roxanne where you've been. Remind everyone where you've been today, Julian.
Okay, so we've been at the Johannesburg Theatre. We've been filming the Jazz on the Lake annual event. Obviously, due to COVID, it's not happening at the lake, so it's Jazz on the Theatre, which is part of the Arts Alive Festival taking place in Johannesburg, which celebrates music in the city of Johannesburg over the next 4 months with a host of events which Discover TV will be at. We'll be covering, we'll be broadcasting, we'll be part of, and we're very excited about that. And today was our second day of shooting. So yeah, we've just literally finished shooting, so I'm still on my way home, as you can see. I'm not driving, Mark is driving. Just so everybody knows, I'm not like sitting here going, hey, let me quickly do a TV show while I drive my way home. So yeah, I'm in the car, and yeah, there we are. Here I am.
So I don't know how easy that was for you to hear anything, Roxanne, now.
I'm afraid I don't know if it's just me, but I can hardly understand you, Julian.
Yeah,
nice to get a little tour of Johannesburg.
It's not just you, because he's in the car driving. Driving along. Can you hear me okay? That's maybe.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, yeah.
The only thing I heard is COVID isn't happening, and I thought, oh, that's nice.
I think, unfortunately, that was
no, COVID is happening, so yeah.
Because of COVID, it isn't happening, was basically what he said.
My version in my head.
I may occasionally mute you, Julia, just so we're kind of getting a little bit of clear audio, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Yeah, Martin, I'll let you mute and unmute me so I know what's going on.
Okay. Right. So yeah, also I'll occasionally mute Julian so he can mime in the background. It might be a little bit easier. Yeah, basically, sorry, just very briefly, so you know what's happening, Roxanne. Julian has been at an event today, which is the start of a 4-month series of events celebrating the music of Johannesburg. Basically,
right.
We were kind of saying earlier on, it's a little bit like the proms. But they're at the beginning of it, and they do all these odd events. So they've been filming today in a theatre in Johannesburg, which is run late. So we've done the first part of the show from backstage, literally behind the scenes of the South African music industry. And now Julian's driving home. But that's what's been going on behind the scenes. So Julian is now waving in the background. To prove that he can hear what's going on. We'll definitely get him on. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired and very excited. Yeah.
Excellent. You are a week into the launch of your brand new album, which is
yes.
what we're basically going to celebrate for the next half an hour or so. Oh,
I'm
there's a t-shirt.
Wearing
there's
the
also
t-shirt.
a t-shirt. Look at that. Merchandise available from Roxanne Bastian's online store.
Exactly.
Go get it. So how's well, I've been reading a little bit of I know you've put a few posts out about it. It seems like the week has gone very well in terms of launch, but also a kind of reflection on the lead up to it as well. So what's your experience been like of this album coming out?
Oh, that's a big question. I mean, I suppose firstly, yes, this week has been great. The album's been reviewed very kindly so far. And I've picked up a few of the sparkly bits that everyone always wants. So I'm in The Guardian, yes.
Yes,
so
fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I don't. It's been such a long build up, as you know, on the show, because you've supported this album like right from the start, from the first single, and I recorded it in 2019. So it's been this very long build up that's also like tied in with my like grief process.
Yes.
And one thing that I really didn't expect, I stayed up leading into sort of Thursday night into the Friday of it being released. You know, just you want to make sure that it actually is going live.
There,
Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
actually come on? Yeah.
That one moment of panic at midnight. And then it was there. And the second I saw it there, I just started to cry.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of a release, but also I just felt this really, I'm just going to go straight into like the deep end because we know each other now. But there was really sharp pang of grief again, because it took me by surprise, but I think the album finally coming out was like another level of making it very real, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
No one around me was surprised by this, but I was very surprised by that reaction.
Isn't that always the way? Because this was to just kind of cover that, because I don't, in case anyone's picking up the show now and hasn't noticed, this was a process of this album that's kind of coincided with you losing your father very early in the sort of recording process. So it's very much tied together, isn't it? That kind of writing and recording is all part of that whole.
Yes, so much. And my dad was a musician, so for me, anything musical is always going to be intertwined with him. Yeah. So releasing this album was a huge deal. So it was a big old mixed bag of very extreme feelings when the album actually came out. Yeah. And then I kind of really like collapsed. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was kind of out. Just, it's funny how we push through things and then all of a sudden our body goes, all right, that's it now.
That's right. Yeah, it kind of, you want to trust those things sometimes, isn't it? I know I kind of got a message from you earlier on in the week and thinking exactly that. It's kind of, that's your body kind of going, you know what, you need to stop. Just have a break. Just like accept this. You've done all that. You've done all the hard work. Take a little lie down.
Yeah.
And if you're not going out, I'm going to make you.
It does. It makes you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in that week of me sort of being in bed, lots of things, all the nice sparkly things happened in the world, which was nice.
Fantastic.
So,
I bring Julian because I don't want you to feel like you're being left out, Julian.
No, I'm feeling very left out, Martin. No, all good. I mean, I'm just talking about obviously losing your father, etc. I mean, the emotional experience of releasing the album has obviously been very, very tough for you as well, but can also be very releasing, I suppose, in so many ways as well. It allows you to release some of that energy and those feelings that you have through the music, I suppose. I mean, that's quite an important part of the healing process as well, I would presume, for you.
100%. I feel very lucky that I have that creative outlet, and also all I really want to do is talk about my dad. So it's a really beautiful thing that I have a very valid excuse to feel quite close to him with this album. So, you know, other people have asked me, oh, isn't it hard to talk about this with press? But actually I found it, as you said, like a really cathartic experience. And, you know, losing our parents is something, well, that usually everybody goes through. Yeah. So I've really connected with strangers essentially over this as well, which is kind of the whole point of music.
Yeah, isn't it? What an amazing thing to say. Yeah, absolutely, isn't it? The whole point. That's why we do music, isn't it? That's why we say this a lot, Julian, I think. Doesn't it bring us together? Isn't it a unifying experience?
Absolutely, and I think, and it's such an important experience as well, because I think, like you say, you're connecting with people you don't even know as well, because they've been through similar experiences, and I think it's important for all of us, and because it is such an emotional experience, music, making an album is literally like, I don't know what it feels like, but it's like giving birth to a child, because this is something you've created over a period of time, and it's such an important part of your soul. And for you, it's that story of you and your dad as well, which is vitally important in so many of our lives. I mean, our relationships with our parents are important, and I think, it's just a great story. And your songs resonate in that kind of way in so many levels. And I think, since the first time I heard you, I'll just say, wow. And I'm watching your journey
so kind of you. Thank you.
So we should do some music, shall we? We've talked a little bit. We're obviously going to talk quite a bit about the album, but shall we do some music? I was going to start with track 1.
Sure.
Does
Let's.
that make sense?
Yeah. Great idea.
let's do that then. Again, I'm in charge of running the videos tonight, so who knows what might happen. Julian normally does this, but hopefully if I do that and then that, it'll work. He has a quiet start.
You can shout at molecules and see them react. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. Rip out a flower and watch it grow back. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. Hum a tune and watch concrete crack. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. You can shout at molecules and see them react. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. You can internalize opinion and call it fact, as if it's gospel. You might have mislabeled that. Smash it to pieces with a baseball bat. Thinking you're God, you might have mislabeled that. Glue it together and call it intact, and sell it on. You will have mislabeled that. Internalize opinion and call it fact, as if it's gospel. You might have mislabeled that. Be God, they might have mislabeled that. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that. That might be God, they might have mislabeled that.
Come on, there you go, mic on. Hooray!
Wow. We're all clapping from the car. That might be God.
Big fan, big fan.
Eh?
Hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
No, we have the robot.
He's all right.
Traffic light robot.
He's
all right.
It looks like he may be driving. That's because he's not.
No, I'm not driving. Don't worry, I'm not driving.
You actually? You're driving. Do you drive on the right-hand side of the road in South Africa?
No, left-hand side.
There you go. Did not know that.
What side do you drive in the UK?
We say
Left-hand side. It's Europe. It's Europe. They drive on the right-hand side of the road. That's why I always get confused.
Well, it seems to be everywhere except here in South Africa. Or
Yeah,
Australia,
apparently.
I think. In Australia.
Yeah. It's the Commonwealth thing. It's the Commonwealth thing.
Anyway. Oh, is that
Anyway.
it is? Anyway, be safe.
It is.
I'm going to shut you up now because it's noisy. It's something to do with, I don't know, jousting. Having your right hand free for a thing. I don't know. Something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know why we do it on the... I don't know. I don't know why I'm making that up. Molecules, track 1 from the album You and Me, We Are the Same. Which is a line in one of the songs, but it's not in that one. But I do remember hearing it. Is there something? Is there something specific to say about that track? I mean, I feel there is. It's
Sure.
kind of, I think it has it sets an agenda for the album.
It's well, so it was one of those. I don't know. Well, I don't know where to start. Yeah, it did. It always felt like it had to be the opening track. That was sort of never a debate. It was one of those magic songs that wrote itself. So I heard someone say in a documentary that molecules react to sound, and that just like blew my mind. And then I wrote all the lyrics down because I just had that line that you can shout at molecules and see them react. And yeah, then I wrote the whole lyric, which is not usually how I write songs. So I wrote the lyrics first, and then it was put to music. And I loved recording it because no one's really picked up on this, but we didn't have a drummer and we didn't have a bass player on the album. There's no bass on the album.
Wow.
So it's all synth. Right. And with the drums, we had a little bit of a sort of, pieces of a kit.
Yeah.
So we hit things, but there was no drummer as such. So on that track, that really big marching sounding drum, that's just me and the producer Bernard Butler like stomping on the floor and clapping, and we had one floor tom that we hit, and that was it. And it was just really fun to be, any limitation that you have, it's kind of like a license to be a bit more creative. So
yeah, fantastic. I love that. Yeah, I like. I mean, there's something in the nature of the lyric as well, which I like, that kind of idea of maybe we don't know what's going on. Or maybe, that kind of idea.
I mean, it kind of seems like we don't.
That as kind of just a.
What a bizarre world we live in. Like the last 18 months in particular, but obviously also before that, I don't often allow myself, this isn't a conscious thing, but subconsciously, I don't often allow myself to be angry in songs. And it feels so good to be angry in songs. So particularly like the second verse, that real frustration with politicians in particular, it was definitely, it was Trump at the time. Yeah. But this blatant, shameless, the shamelessness of it, the shameless lying. So that's the second verse. And that feels very good to sing every time. Sometimes it's good to be angry.
Yeah, great catharsis. Yes, absolutely. See how you're doing. How noisy are you? There you are.
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm nearly home. I'm about 2 minutes away.
I don't want to exclude you. It's just a little bit noisy in the background. So
no, it's all good. It's all good. You carry on. I'm listening.
It's a little bit quieter at the minute, so we're probably all right to leave you on for a moment or two. You're not rumbling around quite as much.
No, Mark's gone into the shop.
That's why you're not moving. I see. That's fine. I like the video for that as well. It's very chanting. It feels like were you deliberately chanting the White Stripes on.
Yes.
Oh, great.
It's very deliberate. Yeah, I'm very much pretending to be Jack White in this. I also thought it was like a fun nod to the previous music video to feature Ali Pali.
Yeah.
Again, so I'm hearing myself with an echo now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know where that's coming. There you go. It's coming from Julian.
Julian again.
Oh no. I mean, the thing, I can't say anything about Julian because normally massively sophisticated technically at the back end there. He's running everything in the background. So just to have one day where he's like, I'm just gonna, you do it. I think that's fair. That's probably fair and very nice. You're saying about that the recording process and coming up with these ideas. It's something I wanted to ask you actually. Obviously, you worked with producers before. Bernard Butler, possibly one of the better known name than producers you've worked with before. Although you have worked with other very well known producers in the past as well. But really, what I wanted to ask you was how much did it change for you in the production process? Was he very involved in it, or did it feel like he's coming with a lot, or was it more kind of organic and felt collaborative? How was it working in that environment?
So between friends again. The first session, our what you call a pre-production, when I played him all the songs and we were discussing what kind of a record we would make, we decided that we were going to make a really raw, kind of stripped back record of just. We made a decision that there'd be no acoustic guitar on it.
Mm-hmm.
We said it would be electric guitar and cello with like a little bit of drums. Now, that's definitely not what we ended up doing. It is different every time you work with someone else.
Yeah.
As a solo artist, I feel I definitely co-produce, but I do feel I need someone. A, I don't have the engineering skills, and B, as a solo artist, I genuinely seek out that creative input as well.
Yeah.
So with Molecules, that was actually one of the songs where it was perhaps one of the ones that was sort of most dictated by me, because we already had that guitar hook that I really loved. That actually, so my guitarist, one of my guitarists, Matt Reynolds, came up with that hook, and I love it.
Yeah.
So I needed that to be in it. But Bernard gets really obsessed with whatever project he's working on at the moment. So I would come in one morning and he would have stayed up until 2 a.m. tinkering with some string section that he was working on, which I could have gone wrong. He could have played me stuff and I would have not liked it. But
what the hell have you done?
I mean, there were occasions when I told him to like delete guitar tracks, and I kept thinking like, God, there are like Suede fans that would have me like hanged for this. Delete those guitars.
What did you think you were doing, Bernard?
But no, he was. It's such an intense getting to know each other if you record a record together, and he is very good at what he does, obviously, and I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, so to answer your question, it was all the things. It was organic. Yes, he was very involved. I think the song that he changed the most is Erase.
Right.
And I absolutely love what he did with it. That is the kind of soundscape and production that I always hear in my head, but to this date haven't previously managed to realize. So that was a really big moment for me when, it was one of those moments where he played it back and I was thinking, I can't believe that's my song.
That's good, isn't it?
I loved
It's
it.
me.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This would be a great cue to play Erase, but I don't actually have a video
We need
for
to
that one. So
leave some secret bits for people to discover.
Absolutely. Go find it on the album. It is great. It was the first released single from the album, wasn't it? It was the first released track. Which I guess it has been a long process in that sense as well, partly dictated by obviously events external to kind of go, I'm ready to release this. Oh dear. The world is telling me to stop.
Yeah.
But let's have another song and then we'll come back. I don't know. What should we do next? There are 4 official video releases. I was going to play any of those now. I mean, we could go straight to the next track, I suppose. I think I'm right. Is this track 2? As I remember everything, track 2 on the album?
Yes, it is. Let's go for that. Track 2.
Let's do that then. As we started with track 1, let's go to track 2. I love this one. I think I referred to this as having the hookiest of all hooky hooks.
Yes. And I wanted to have that as my Twitter bio.
Or something of that nature. Right, let's see again if I can remember how to do this. I need to add that.
Julian's home.
Julian's home, hey! Oh, hello. Don't take him offline. There we go. Unmute my... Oh, no. You can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves, so I can't unmute now. Anyway, we're going to play this track, so we'll come back to Julian after this. Play. Oh no, it's the same one. Hold on, what's going on? I've done it wrong, everyone.
It's okay, Martin.
Live. It's a live show.
I'm sure I had it ready to go. There we go.
I cracked the code.
I tell you what's happened there is I've done back instead of rewind, which is another great track.
There you go.
San Sebastian, by the way.
You got this, Martin. You got it.
Is it on? It's on, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, good. Here we go.
Dash, I cracked the code. V for victory. that doesn't mean I am free. I can tell there's something on your mind, though I can't get out of mine. Let me reassure you that we're fine. If I am a star, you are the heavens. If I am a star, you are the heavens. Dot, dot, dash, a symphony of facts and figurines. I remember everything. I recall something on your mind, worry won't stand the test of time. Let me reassure you that we're fine. If I am a star, you are the heavens. If I am a star, you are the heavens. If I am a star, you are the heavens. If I am a star, you are.
Amazing, love it, absolutely love it.
I'm
yeah.
back.
Hooray!
He's back. He's in real life again.
I'm in real life again. I just need some light and I'll be good.
I might have a rest now. Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to kind of say, oh, I've got a favourite, and it will change minute by minute. But every time I hear that song, I'm like, I love this.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Oh, good. It's got one of those. What are you doing, Julian? Stop it.
I'm getting some light going here. I'm going for the very dark. I look like I'm on the scene of a horror movie.
You're whistling. Stop whistling.
Gave myself brain
Check
freeze.
It is you. Yeah, it's you.
Am I whistling?
We've got a whining sound coming from you.
Why?
It's not very. I don't know. I don't know. But if I mute you, it goes away. Don't worry. It's definitely him.
Whew. This is quite adventurous, this show. Feels like a Sonic obstacle course.
Yeah, welcome to New Music. Again, I wish I could say it's not always like this. It pretty much is always like this. Something going on. But on the plus side, we're like, it's UK, South Africa, Hertfordshire, London,
it's magic.
Johannesburg. It is actually magic.
Yeah.
Which is, there's a good thing. I remember everything is kind of, it's not the same thing, but it is.
Nice segue.
I'm trying to desperately segue in. But yeah, background to this is fascinating as well. This is kind of inspired a bit by the original Rain Man, right?
Yes. A very interesting human called Kim Peek. Again, Molecules and I Remember Everything were both inspired by random documentaries I watched on YouTube. So top songwriting tip for you there.
There you go, random documentaries.
So I was watching a documentary on Kim Peek, whom I knew nothing about. And it's just this very fascinating, I'm just very interested in the brain. There's so much we don't know about ourselves still. So I'm always very fascinated by that. And he had this amazing brain anomaly where the left and the right brain half weren't connected in the same way as ours are.
Uh-huh.
So the unwanted sort of was the side effect to that was he had all these neurons firing back into the brain halves as opposed to going back and forth. I'm explaining this very badly, but basically he was called the walking Google, and he remembered, he stored and retained all information he ever read or heard.
Wow.
And he would read a book, read one page with the right eye and the other page with the left eye, and just go through books in seconds.
Yeah.
And I didn't have what you call theory of mind, so the emotional intelligence of knowing, I think I know what you're thinking because of how you're reacting. So none of that. But what fascinated me most about Kim Peek was how someone who didn't supposedly have this emotional intelligence, he'd come up with these one-liners that hit me straight in the heart. He said beautiful things, mostly about his dad, who was his carer, which, so for obvious reasons, that really hit me. But he would say something like, my dad and I share a shadow.
Oh, wow.
And I just thought that was so profound. And he, didn't even know how profound it was, and was so quick to dismiss people who are somehow just a bit different to us. And I think he's a really great example of why we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So that inspired the song.
Fantastic.
So again, I basically just nicked clever things that he said
and made clever things of your own out of it as well.
Wow.
There's a slight whine there, but it's not quite as annoying.
Where's the wine coming from? I don't
know,
understand,
but
because I'm
it's
not doing anything.
It's not quite so invasive.
It is much
as
better.
It's not quite so bad as it was.
It's probably because I'm adding microphones as I go along, etc., etc., trying to at least get back to a little bit of normality on my.
I think we can handle it. It sounds like a little sort of electrical line noise now. I need to do this again. Look, it freaks me out. Well,
is that like before. Walking on the right side of the road, like when you have to swap again?
It's sort of like that, but I've tried to say to Julian before, it's more like Ant and Dec.
There we go.
I feel like we have to be that way around, otherwise
okay.
It just looks wrong to me.
I get it.
I don't know why we're on the wrong side of the screen. It reminds me, I don't know if you've ever heard of a book called My Stroke of Insight. You just reminded me of that. It's by Jill Bolt, I think her name is.
Yes, I didn't know there was a book, but I've seen her TED Talk many times because it's one of my favorite TED Talks. Yes, exactly that kind of stuff. I'm so into all of that.
Yeah, no, she has written a book as well, which is called My Stroke of Insight, I think, which is like exactly that scenario that she encountered as a Julian. If you've never heard of this, she's a brain scientist, but then suffered a stroke, and she had this amazing opportunity, as she describes it, to basically observe herself having a stroke as a doctor. So it's like kind of going, I understand everything that's going on, but also I can't do anything about it because it's actually happening to me as well. So
that's pretty intense.
She had that incredible experience. So amazing things you can kind of encounter just through like wanting to listen to, write, create music, and take those things and develop them into something else. That's how to take an experience like that, watching a documentary, and go, I'm going to make a new piece of amazing art out of this.
Well, that's the beauty of inspiration. You never really know where it comes from, but when it's there, especially when it really hits you over the head, it's the best moments. I love it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Are there any moments from the album that I mean, they're all kind of, maybe they're all standout moments, but is there anything that kind of very specifically stands out in terms of I can remember that moment being particularly special or
I remember all of it.
Yep.
It's a nice tie-in from the last song.
Of course.
But I remember it so vividly because I was in such a heightened state of emotion in that time. And the days where we recorded were sort of so dispersed, like here and there. They were like bright, shining beacons in my diary. And the days I got to go to Bernard's house to make music it was just such a gift. So, I mean, some special moments were, overall the album is such a joyous thing, and it has its dark moments, but I'm happy that I've created something that's sort of just really full of like love, and there's levity in there as well. But the one song that's sort of most directly about that moment when you know you're about to lose someone, that was obviously quite hard to record. And I think, Bernard was very, very sensitive to all my feelings throughout. And when we recorded that song, I just put down the basics. So the guitar and like a guide vocal, just a live take. And he kind of noticed that I needed to just play around with something and like be in a moment. So he sort of looked for something and went under the piano and then got out this dusty thing. It was like, here, play this. And it was this beautiful little Indian harp, I think it's called.
Yeah.
He took a photo of me playing it, but it was just this really, really therapeutic moment of just sitting on the floor with a black cup of coffee and just first I had the panic of, I don't play this instrument. What do I do? And he always had this really great offhand way of saying like, nah, you'll figure it out. It's fine. Just play, just get on with it. So I will always remember that because it was such an intense moment, but there was so much I was so calm playing those just drone notes on that little instrument. So that was a nice moment. And we recorded some backing vocals in the hallway, quite sort of Joe Meek style, to get that sort of hollow reverb sound in. I think it's delete, forget, repeat. No, erase, actually. It was erase as well. So that was fun. Basically, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I loved all of the messing about. Yeah. And he has got so many, this is going to surprise no one, but he has so many guitars at home. And he would just kind of give me guitars to play. Like, so geeky now, but like Mr. Ollivander and Harry Potter, like the wand person. He just kind of like, for this song, play this one. And I just
this
go
is the right
with it.
one for you. The guitar will know you. The guitar will use you.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a fantastic thing. I can imagine a few stories as well. I can imagine he's got a few stories from them.
Oh yeah, and every session would start with a cup of coffee and like a good old chat. So
every session should start that way. Definitely,
should.
It's the best way. Yeah. There's a guy. There's a podcast called "And the Writer Is," which is a guy called Ross Golan does it, and he's interviewed lots of well-known songwriters. He says exactly that though. So whenever we do collaborative songwriting, at least the first hour, probably more like the first 2, maybe even 3, it's just us talking. Because that's how every creative session has to start that way. We can't just get down to work. We have to kind of create that environment, and we get to know each other, and we engage in this because it's what it is, right? It's people creating stuff
100%.
for other people. So,
Yep.
we need to have that. We need to have that story. It does feel like I can use that as a little bit of a segue into the next track. I feel because I think I did read.
Do it, Martin. Do it.
A little because I did. I think on this one, I think there was a bit of a story that you said about, and I'm talking about an instrument and Bernard as well. You kind of popped back into the studio, and there he is playing a guitar.
Before we move on to that, can I add something about the music video just really quickly?
Course. Yeah,
just because the 2 that you've played now, I Remember Everything and Molecules, were both made by Graham Maguire. And I love them so much, but I Remember Everything in particular. We had the idea, but you never know how these things are going to be executed. But I've worked with Graham for years. He's done like nearly all of my music videos. And I think he's outdone himself with those 2. I think I'm so happy with them. And he used archive footage from like just early computing to, put that little story together. And I thought he just did so well. I just wanted to have a Graham appreciation moment.
No, quite right too. Well done, Graham, because they look beautiful. They really do.
They're great videos. Really great videos.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, there was a story that I remember, I think, at the time of the release for this next track, Ordinary Love, I think. Do you want to tell the story? Because you'll tell it better than me, I'm sure.
Sure. Well, speaking of many guitars, so we were quite far into the process, like halfway or so, and Bernard hadn't actually played any guitar on the album yet, so I was kind of itching for that to happen. And he was in the control room, and I walked up, and he was playing just playing along to the track, and he was playing this beautiful 12-string guitar, and it sounded twangy and wonderful. And I just said, that's beautiful. What's that? And he was like, oh, I'm just noodling about. And I was like, well, can you hit record and then noodle about, please? So he did that. And I was just listening back, and I said, sounds like the Smiths, And he kind of really turned around. He was like, there's magic in this guitar. Okay. And it turned out that that was Johnny Marr's guitar, and it had been like gifted Bernard by him in the early 90s. So that was a ridiculous moment, but yes, I have Bernard Butler playing Johnny Marr's guitar on my record.
That's insane.
It was like an Alice in Wonderland moment of like, how has this happened? Yeah. And I can actually, there's a photo of me playing it. And I'll just like reach. Maybe I'll get it once you play the video. I'll show you after.
Yeah, then you can reach to your heart's content.
Yes.
Do it, Martin. Play it now.
Let's see if I can get this one to go. Let's go like that. Hopefully.
On the horizon, ever elusive. Hey, I'm gonna try some. How do I use it? This is ordinary love. This is ordinary love. Coming towards you, a deer in the headlights, and you shy away from fighting the good fight. This is ordinary love. This is ordinary love. For unusual people, unusual people, unusual people. Unusual people. Every moment seeps through the pavements. There's a break in the rhythm with power to heal them. This is ordinary love. This is ordinary love. This is ordinary love. This is ordinary love. This is
I don't really want to turn it off, you see.
I know. And even what's more exciting about that song, Martin?
Yep.
Does Roxanne know?
I don't know. Maybe not. Actually, might not have
No.
seen it, because and especially having had a week of being kind of slightly
Our current
tired.
number one on the New Music Mondays top 6 is
Ordinary
da, da,
Love,
da,
Roxanne
Ordinary
Sebastian.
Love, Roxanne Sebastian. Roxanne's muted.
I know. I was like, you'll have to unmute yourself. I can't
You
unmute you.
gotta unmute yourself, Roxanne.
It's not like we've been doing this for like 18 months.
No.
Sorry, I was too taken.
Shall I do that again?
News.
And our current number one on New Music Monday's top 6 is Roxanne Sebastian with
That
Ordinary
is
Love.
so nice. I didn't know that. Thank you so much. That's very
The great
nice.
thing is the clipped up version that Julian does as well, which is fantastic because we do the rundown every week, and
Yeah.
he's got these clipped up versions where we play excerpts from the thing. And last week, just he said, number one, it's Roxanne, and it just at the moment that you did like that in the video. So
It's like, thanks, Jules.
it's like perfect timing.
Oh, cool. Well, that's. I'm very flattered. Thank you very
It's
much.
so-
Yeah,
I mean,
number
again,
one
it's
for the
just-
second week in a row.
Yeah, such a gorgeous. I mean, it is just such a gorgeous, like great sounding, beautiful track.
It is.
I mean, it
It's
is one of the
beautiful
ones
track.
I have to always make sure that I've got the mic muted because I am singing along with that.
I'd love to hear you sing along
all
to it.
the time.
You can't help it. You
You heard
can't
me
help
sing in the
it.
car last week, so
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
briefly.
Highlight.
Yeah, no, yeah, maybe.
I haven't heard you sing, Martin.
I'm not sure.
Why-
Yeah,
why
no,
not?
few people have. You have to have known me for quite a long time to have heard me sing. But it used to be what I did. But I haven't done it for a long time. I just wanted to say, you said it's funny that you're saying about the magic in the guitar and the Ollivander and the Harry Potter, and then we've got these moving photographs as well, which is very
Yeah.
Harry Potter thing as well.
Yeah.
So
More Harry Potter magic.
wonderful how it all ties together.
Makes me so happy watching that video every time because
Yeah.
the people in it
Yeah.
are a combination of like friends and family and a couple of fans. Like the second one is my mum and sister in there, and it was just so sweet getting those little videos. I've got some excellent musicians in there too. Rapper Shaudo, I don't know if you spotted him, he's in there. And me and DeBo, who were an excellent Liverpool duo. And yeah, David John Jaggs, who's in a great band called the Ragamuffins, is in it with his super cute daughter. So yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know if we've spoken about your Liverpool connections on the show before, because Liverpool obviously very close to Julian's heart. Have we talked?
Is it?
Have we
You'll
talked?
never walk alone.
Aww.
Don't know if we've talked.
Good old
I mean,
Jürgen.
it's perhaps more from a football perspective for Julian rather than from a musical perspective.
Oh, I could sit and talk Liverpool all day long.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down for that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there's that sort of very strong pull for Liverpool, isn't it? Have you lived in Liverpool?
Yes. Yeah, I lived there. Well, kind of part time. I like to jokingly say that I lived on coach A of the Virgin trains, just going back and forth between London and Liverpool. I feel like for 2 years, that's all I was doing. But yes, my partner at the time was in Liverpool, but also, I mean, way before that, I just went up there to start. Well, the very first time I went to Liverpool was with my dad. So there you go, full circle again. I went with my dad he sort of bought me that trip as a sort of late graduation from school present, and he'd never been either. So we thought,
wow.
Beatles fans, like, we'll just go and have like a proper nerdy Beatles holiday. And
Very
it
wrong.
was everything a Beatles loving heart could want. It was just a magical mystery tour and all the other cliches, and I'll stop now. But my sort of love affair with Liverpool started then, because we were, God, again, this is so nerdy, but we were just like in the Beatles merch shop in the Cavern Quarter and got talking to this very Irish man who was working there. And I won't do the accent because I don't want to offend people, but I was telling him that I was a singer-songwriter, and he asked me to give him a CD and said, do I want a gig at the Cavern? And I was like, yeah, yes, I want a gig at the Cavern. That'd be good. And he was saying like, oh, I know the people, like I'll make it happen, like if it's any good. And people say things like that all the time. So I really wasn't like holding out any hope, but I gave him a CD. And lo and behold, like a week later, I got an email from him with like a date to play at the Cavern. I mean, it's not like, it's like Shakespeare's birthplace, right? It's not the real Cavern. It's like one basement down, but close enough, good enough for me. So
That'll do.
yeah. So ever since then, I've been going up. I just love how there's so much talent and so much music in this geographically tiny spot. And I just, love the people and the sense of humor and all
And
that.
so, and so much amazing.
Everybody say
musical
goodbye
history.
to Mark. Mark's
As
going
well.
home.
Bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark. Bye, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to get up and move now because I need to do this because of this. Hold on.
Where's Martin going?
I found the photo. So I've made a little book that I haven't sort of talked about yet. but that's when I got to play the
brilliant.
guitar.
Oh wow,
So it's a beautiful
that's so
Gibson
cool.
12-string.
Oh wow.
Fantastic.
And
Oh,
I've
little-
also found the photo of the little playing the Indian harp.
Brilliant.
There.
Fantastic. Oh, that's a nice memento to have as well. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All those photographs. I had to do that as we were talking Beatles. I had to do.
Oh, very nice.
Hello, mother. My mother's saying hello.
Hello, Mum.
Hello, mum.
Hello, Sandy.
My mum hasn't heard from me because I've been like working. I have like non-stop. So I was like, "Are you still alive, son?" Yes, I am.
Sandy's
Barely.
our biggest fan.
Yeah. I actually can barely see straight through my eyes at the moment. That's how tired I am. I must be honest.
Oh,
Well, we've kept Roxanne here a long time. Thank you for spending
Yes, we
so
have.
much time with us.
Can I ask for one song to finish?
Well, yes, you can, because I'm hoping you can, because you might get it. You might be asking for the right one.
Am I asking for the right one? You know what I want.
Well, yeah. I'm still saying I hope so. Yes, but, I think so. I'm fairly sure. This was in our top tracks of last year.
Yes,
is it not?
yes, that's the one. Yeah,
It's the one we're going to finish with. Yes.
Ah,
yes.
yes.
Is the one I had there.
One of my favourite songs of the year. Beautiful, everything.
Thank you
It's the
so
most.
much.
Oh, it's just such an amazing track.
But
You
thank you
and-
both for being just so supportive throughout all of
always.
this. It's been so nice.
It's an absolute pleasure, and as we
Pleasure.
always say on this show, we can't do any of this without you.
Yeah.
And the people like you, the amazing artists that make the music. We celebrate it, but you're the guys that are putting the graft in, and
Absolutely.
we absolutely appreciate it, because without music, I think both of us and much of the rest of the world would be extremely unhappy.
Okay, that's not on my side. There's no police on my side. It's not
No,
me.
this is London now.
That's
Sorry.
That's London. That's London. It's
That's definitely not Johannesburg.
It's not Hartford. Never Hartford. But thank you very much for joining us. The album You and
Thank
Me,
you, Roxanne.
We Are the Same, is out now. Go and buy it, download it. It's a chart. It's a charting album as well.
Yes,
we
it
should- we
is.
should
Can you
say.
believe it?
Yeah, that's something amazing.
brilliant.
As well.
And
Three
here's one I
places
made
above-
earlier.
3 places above edge. There it is.
Yeah.
Look there, right
Oh wow.
there. So you can go and order your CD copy. Go download it. Go stream it. Go and buy the vinyl.
Is there vinyl? The vinyl out?
Vinyl.
Yes, no, the vinyl's coming on November 5th. Unfortunately, our vinyl was massively delayed along with everybody
Yeah.
else's, except for Fleetwood Macs. So
So somehow they managed to jump the queue. No one knows why. No, I just got this one today. I was showing this.
I'm still waiting for mine.
Well, just the point that this was 12th of May. This was supposed to come out, but you know,
Right,
the guys,
wow.
the guys themselves, same situation. Sorry, it's been delayed, but there you go. They do come. So.
Good. Awesome.
So yeah, looking forward to receiving my copy. But that doesn't stop you going and listening to it, or downloading it, or buying the CDs, or the T-shirt, or the mugs. I don't know if you've got mugs. I just mentioned mugs anyway.
I have a box set, which I'm now calling Rock Set. So for
Ah, very good.
We love it. Yes, bye.
Buy the box rock set now. Buy the rock set now. Very clever.
We can't top that.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
And that, yeah, we're not going to top that. We should stop the show.
Let's stop the show. Play the song.
Thank you very much for joining us.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
It is a
Roxanne.
fantastic album. I absolutely love it.
Stunning album, stunning song, stunning video, stunning everything. Stunning woman, stunning artist. We love Roxanne.
Yay!
Absolutely.
I'll come back anytime. What a nice place for me to be.
Okay, good. So we'll leave you with this amazing track from the album, which is called Heavy Lifting. And
One of my favourites.
we'll see you all.
We'll see you all next
time.
week.
Thank you, Roxanne.
I'll be alive, I promise. I will be alive.
Goodbye, everybody. That's a weird thing to say, but I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, everybody. Oh no,
Bye, everybody.
Have I pressed the right button? Yeah, I have.
I don't know.
Don't get it wrong now.
There
That'd be
you go.
awful.
Go for it, one.
All right, bye.
Good night, everybody.
Look, don't you start. I'm having a bad time. Holding my breath, waiting on punchlines. heavy, lifting when no one's looking. I am done, enough already. Smoke up the day, sound wave dealing. Let me marinate in this super feelings. All this heavy lifting when no one's looking. I am done, enough already. This war-torn feeling in my bones and ligaments, I know it will take time to heal. This war-torn feeling in my bones and ligaments, it's an uphill struggle still. Heavy lifting when no one's looking. I am done, enough already. Stare through the wall, typical landlord, shade of white. Turn to face the window. Here comes that low hanging light.